On this week's episode of NB Vintage Sledders, we bought a 1972 Arctic Cat Cheetah 340. Give you a nice little walk around of it, just to show you the shape it's in. She's got no gauges. The tank's in excellent shape, other than a few scratches. But the seat's complete, but it needs a little bit of work. The tunnel's nice on it. The taillight's not broke. Snow flap's excellent. I mean, you can't ask for much more for an old machine. The hood's in great shape. I have the belt off right now because it actually has the wrong one on it. I got to order one, but there's the big power plant in her. They say she's a 340. Well, it's time to get to her. We're going to remove the carburetor first and get it ready to clean up. And we're going to take the fuel tank off. Just cutting the old lines, they're all brittle. Take a flathead and move the throttle cable, maybe. Yep. And it's got a jam nut in here for that. We'll get her here, so spin the nut off a little more. That's off. 2 bolts holding the Tilson HD on. I got to my kit's actually not here yet for it, but it should be here Monday or Tuesday. Got a whole bunch of parts coming for a few different projects. Very simple to work on. Carburetor's off. So now that we got that off, I always put my nuts back on here so we don't misplace them. And then we're going to remove the seat so we can get the fuel tank off. Very easy to take off, very easy to work on. Now, I think the seat is all that holds the tank in there. Or I'll get a fuel on it. Sure is. Huh. There's the tank removed. I'm going to take that out, dump it out, clean it out, and take the carburetor apart. I'll bring you back when we get a little further. Well, I cleaned the tank out, and it's impressive. It's not dirty inside, it's not rusted, and the fuel line is perfectly flexible. Amazing. So, I'm going to put this back in. I'm not changing it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Everything's nice and clean. I'll put this back on, mount it back on, get the seat back on it. They have a pretty good way that hooks up, actually. I'm just gonna check her out, see what she looks like. Seems to be good. I'm happy with that. So now we can slide the tank back in. Might see what moving that wire there. That just slides up in there a little bit, just like that. You see by the base of this how good shape it really is. So, put the seat on. And then I'll put all the snaps on. And then we'll be ready to take up the carburetor. I might have enough parts here anyway to make her go, so we'll see. It does have the wrong belt on it, but I might have the right one here also. So, we're going to take up the carburetor. Well, we're going to get into this HT here. I got to turn another light on. See what she looks like. So far, it's not bad. Get all these screws off and see how we make out. It's not, nothing's tight. It's good. I might be able to just clean her up and put her right back together. And for as easy it is to take off, I might do that. See if it'll run today before before my parts come. It as you can see, nothing there is hurt. I'm surprised with how clean it is for as long as she sat. Now this will be the part. The fuel pump's not super good. Pump that old gas out of there. It's got the good needle and fork in it. See if we can get that out of there without that spring flying away. I think I'm going to take the screw clear and pull this out. It looks alright. See, these are set at half, almost one turn. Take them out so we can clean in there good. Make sure we get that check ball on the back side. check this one too. Imagine it's going to be 1.5. No, it's not out very much either. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take her all apart. We're going to clean her up. I'm just going to clean it out with some CRC carburetor cleaner. And we'll go from there. When I'm done doing that, I'm just going to reverse of everything that you just seen. And there's the inside. These are your watch plugs. That's where the magic happens. Under your hide, there's a check ball in there. And that's what gets gummed up in them a lot. So I'm going to clean it up, reassemble it. I'm going to put a different fuel diaphragm in. I think I have a better one here. And we'll put it back on, and that's when I'll bring you back. All right. Well, we got her all cleaned up. Got some decently shaped used gaskets put in it. So we're going to try doing that. Huh, no gasket in there. Can you imagine? I never took it out. That gasket there's isn't much. I'm going to have to go get one. And then bring you back. Head over my other building. Hey, in my stash. I had one. That would probably definitely help her in the situation for making her run. I would think. So let's put these in. This is how you know that it hasn't been run a lot or someone really looked after it, because these are never on them. All they do is help keep heat out of the carburetor. Or that's what I've always been told. Let's see if we can get those nuts started without dropping them 16 times. Because if I drop them, they're going for a long ride to the bottom. So hold your tongue right. Yep, and it started. So I say, you just gotta get your tongue stuck out there, and eventually you'll get it in the right position. I don't know what any of the carburetor settings are, but we'll just play it by ear. I can probably look online and figure it out. Someone else will probably tell me. But if we can just make a run for today, that would be great. And we'll fine tune her as we go. So that's all in. Now we can put the throttle cable back in, which is real easy on these. I like them. I prefer this style here actually a lot better than what the Skidoos have. Okay, that's tight. And that's not going to work. So I got no way of adjusting the oil. Flip her over the other way. Maybe it'll grab that. There we go. Yeah, the other way would have been good. I would have started it up and it would have went going without me on it. All right. Now I'm just going to run some fuel line. I prefer this yellow stuff here, actually. I seem to get pretty good luck with it. So there's 2 ports that you've seen on the fuel tank. I'm going to hook them up. I'm going to plumb everything up. And I'll bring you back once we're maybe ready to put some fuel in it. All right. We get our new fuel lines all on. Throttle cable's hooked up. It didn't have the right belt on it, but it takes a 1034. I got one that's wore pretty bad, but I'll just stick that on there for now. I got a new one coming. We know it'll run on spray, so I guess the only thing left to do now is put some fuel in her, see what happens. So I've been working on this, and I have fire, all kinds of fire. Problem is I couldn't shut the fire off with the key. And what I've discovered is they have aftermarket coils on it, not the little coil box that they normally had. And the way it was wired, it would start fine. Couldn't shut it off. So I knew I had to ground them coils out. And the wires were cut down here, so I wasn't sure. But what I did is I hooked my wires into each coil and up to the switch, and now it works. So all I'm doing is hooking the 2 coils together to cancel the fire. I was overthinking it. I was thinking that I had to put them both together. When I did that, I had no fire every time. And I was like, okay, so if I separate the 2 and just hook the 2 together through the switch, which is how I'd say it was done originally, it works. So now I'll have fire when I want it. So when I turn my key into on position, all kinds of fire. When I shut it off, no fire. So that's going to work great. I'll be able to put this all back together. I'm going to run new wiring from here, tied in nicely, and back down here to my plug. And then when we get that done, we'll do a compression check on it. All right, we got the coils all wired up now. So it's working off my key switch. Now getting ready to do a compression check. And then after this, we should be ready for a start. So we're going to do 5 poles wide open. Pretty well 150. And we'll check the other hole. See if we can set that in the same spot so you guys can see it. Maybe. Same thing, 5 poles at wide open. I'm getting the exact same. 150. So I'm going to put the plugs back in. We're going to get it outside. Let's see if it'll start. Time to see if she's going to run. I have a feeling it will. We pulled it over lots, so. Headlight works. Well, there she is, back on the snow for the first time in almost 40 years. And it's working all right. It's idling a little high. If I let it down, it doesn't seem to want to quite idle. And other than that, it seems to work all right. And I don't know. We're just gonna drive it for a bit, see how she's gonna work, and but just shows you that it doesn't take a lot of work to bring an old sled back. I mean, this was in really good shape, but still had to go through the fuel system. So cleaning the tank, new fuel lines, through the carburetor, and remember, I didn't put new parts in this carburetor. So I have a kit, it has came now, but it seems to be running all right. I'm gonna go with it until it causes me an issue. We had to do a little bit of wiring, so as you could see, like I said before, it had the aftermarket coils on it, or similar to what a Skidoo has. And the little coil box that was in there is gone. So they had it wired up so it would run, but the only way to shut it off was to flood it out. So we got that hooked up. So the key works now just by grounding the two coils together. So if you ever run into that, you can just ground the two coils together. Works great. We had to put the right belt on it. It's got a 1034 on it now, so that helped. I'm sure of it because I don't think it would have hardly moved with the other one. And judging by the bits and pieces of belt in there, I'd say the last time this was out, they blew a belt, and that was the Get Me Home belt. So we'll take her for a little spin, take you with us. I'll give you a walk around of it here before I. So as I said, it's in really good shape. I mean, there's a little tiny bend right there on the corner, which could be straightened out. And this piece of side plastic is missing one rung out of the bottom of it. But I mean, it's the original windshield, original seat, the dash, and the seat needs a little bit of work, and I will fix that in time. But for now, we're just going to enjoy it the way it is, and I'll probably show it a little bit. We're going to drive it lots, hopefully. I know the kids will enjoy it. So. Well, there we have it. Another one saved. It's a fun little ripper. It gets around pretty good. It's got some get up and go. Uh, I'm sure I'm going to run into some issues. I'm hoping that the crank seals are going to be good. I mean, I'm going to have to run it for a bit. If it starts adding up, then another video series. I don't know. But for now, another one saved. I just showed you how simple it is. They're some of the easiest things to work on. The wiring can be a little confusing, but sometimes it's just trial and error. And yeah, another one saved, another one back on the snow. Till next time, see you around. I'm back with a bonus video to this one. So I kept running it, and I was having a blast. And it started not working super good. And I was like, And then I stopped, and the idle was really low. And they go high and then low. So remember I said that hopefully the crank seals are good? Yeah, they're gone. Show you. Let it calm down. Do it again. So we don't want to kill it. So there will be a part 2 to putting some crank seals in this and whatever else we find once we get in there. Anyway, till then, see you around.